watching you?
Authority is watching you, okay? Something you didn't know that you did wrong, now going to be pointed out, okay? Okay. So, how many can remember the last time you got pulled over and complimented on your fine driving today, ma'am? Doesn't happen. And when we talk about click it or ticket, that's what I'm referring to. Leading by guiding and coaching and positive feedback creates a very different internal state than leading by ticketing. I want to give you another example of that. Watching for mistakes, thinking that my job as a leader is to find the problems and point them out to you, and changing somebody's work. So my sentence here, one of a manager's greatest compulsions is the need to edit. And somebody might say, edit's not a good word, maybe we should change that word. I don't think I like that word either, maybe we should change that word. And you can go on and on and on. All of these mean roughly the same thing. They're just somebody else's preference, but they get to the same end result. But as leaders and managers, we have this compulsive need to change somebody else's work. Here's how that feels to your team. I want you to set up your area in front of you. If I were going to grade you on creating a perfect work setup in front of you, take 15 seconds and create that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, y'all set? Slack it. All righty, time to grade. This looks awesome. I love it. Typically, we have the phone on the other side. This is a great setup. Point up. Nice job. Okay. Really nice over here. Straighter. Good. Perfect. Love it. This looks super. We don't Great. Janet, perfect. And on the other side here.
You like coffee?
It does not need caffeine. It does not need caffeine. So you guys did a great job. How are you feeling right now?
You said
Anybody? Go ahead.
you had positive words, but you had something to correct on everybody's, so like nobody actually had it right.
Yeah. Anybody having this need to go and change back your stuff that I'm just messing with? So, were any of your work areas set up wrong? No. But I tweaked all of them. And a lot of times when we think about management and we think about corrections, we think about calling somebody off into the office in the rain, you demotivate people even with very subtle changes and tweaks to their work. And that's one of the biggest things that I can stress is, if it's wrong, you need to address it. Absolutely. But if it's just not exactly how you might do it, really resist the temptation to change that person's work. Ask yourself that before you have somebody do it over or do it, redo it. Really ask yourself the question, is it really wrong? Or is it just, it's not exactly how I would do it? Because every time that happens, we're undermined. My words said, great job, hit a home run. But my actions said, you didn't do it right. It wasn't good enough. And can you all relate to having worked for a leader at some point in your lives where you just felt like it doesn't matter what you do, it's never going to be good enough? What's the end result?
Give up.
You give up.
I'm gonna hesitate a little bit, with people that work for this company, but in Parker's accounts.
Nothing leaves the room.
In Parker's accounts, there's often two people that would come in together, and one would point out like all the negative things always, and one would come in and say all the positive things. And the person who consistently said positive things, when they told me that something was wrong, immediately I was like, oh, something's wrong, like I'm gonna get on this right now. The other person would be like in one ear out the other, because it felt like they were looking for things to nitpick on, and it really didn't, the message wasn't heard, because it didn't feel sincere or genuine.
That's a great example, Crime Wolf. If you expect that I'm gonna say something's not right, you are gonna start to tune me out. And there may be something that at one point really isn't right, and I don't pay attention, because you always are right for what's not right. But you're right, when you've got a leader who, well, what's the impact on the team when leader A comes in?
Negative
The positive.
Everybody's excited to see them. It's you still want everything to be right and to be great and to get that positive feedback. But it's like a positive.
So person A is coming in the door. Are people crunching and rah? What about person B is on his way here or her way here? What happens to the team?
I think everybody's like, oh, what's it going to be this time? And
Energy drops,
Yeah.
defeated. Yeah. Now, as a leader, what reaction do you want to have when your team knows that you're coming in that day? Do you want them to up their energy and want to be their very best and work harder? Or you want them to go, Marty's leading today. The energy drops, and people, to Alexa's point, you stop trying quite as hard, because it doesn't matter how much you try, it's going to be hard. My very first job was working at McDonald's when I was 15 years old. Our general manager's name was Bill Rinkowitz. Jim, last name shall remain anonymous, was his right-hand man. When Bill was on, first thing you do is you walk in, look at the schedule, he's on tonight. If it was Bill, it's going to be a great night. We were going to hustle, we were going to work hard, we were going to kick butt, and we were going to have fun. If Jim was on, it was going to be a really long night. He was going to be crabby, he was going to nitpick the whole time, and it was going to be no fun. Who do we work harder for? Bill. Absolutely. It's a great example. Rewards. How do you reward your team? If they do a great job, how do you reward them? Okay? Very quickly, come up with 10 things that you do for your team to reward them when they've done a good job. Just really quick, 10 things. Bring down one more. Okay, good. Good. Let's jump over here. What do you guys have?
If we have a really busy lunch or something like that, sometimes we'll give the kitchen like milkshake or something.
Okay, great. Remember about rewards. Really, buddy? If I were to say the reward for best performance in our next activity gets Steelers tickets, how many of you would say that's a reward? Okay, anybody say that's not a reward? Like me? Okay. How many of you would consider tickets to the opera a reward? A couple of you. How many would consider tickets to the speaker series? Robert Morris. They bring in famous people who come and do a lecture for a couple of hours. And it's fascinating. Awesome. So, what's my point? Exactly. Now with the dogs, Kelly, hi. Come here, come on out. If I have, where did it go? The ball. just gonna buy Alexis and Stephanie and get
She just
involved.
wants Ross so she can shake her booty.
She's all about the love and the food. He's all about the toy. So if I try to get my peak performance using a reward that doesn't matter that much to him, I'm not going to get great enthusiasm. Now with Callie, she was like, okay, I see the ball over there. Eh, maybe, maybe not. However, you can do that. Hey, Cal. We'll go around your stuff. Well, look, we happen to have some snacks. We get snacks out, and all of a sudden she's like, okay, I'm in. I'm in. Good boy. Oh, in here. Your little plate. There you go. All right, so time for your exercise. And I'm going to have you do a quick little stretch break because you've been sitting still. And I want you to read through your learning activity and then your roles. Now, I usually have 5 or 6 people in a group. I have small groups here, so I'm going to let you each pick which job description you want to have within your new company that we're going to form. You must have a supply chain director, and you must have a director of audio feedback. The other 3 you can pick from over here and over here, but you have to have a number 1 and you have to have position number 2. The rest you can pick up on your own. So let's do a 10:55. Let's do a 6-minute quick break. Pick your roles, and when you come back, I will tell you what your company assignment is.